Hello!
Hello!
And welcome to the Pickard Mosquito.
In this week's episode we're going to be making some body mounts.
It looks like a car and it feels car-shaped.
It does actually feel like you're in a proper special place. Yeah, so we need that one, don't we? And that flange there.
We've got that over there.
What?
The bit that goes here. They're over there.
Where?
They should be literally where your knee is. They should be on that, on there. Yeah, that's one.
That needs to come off.
Yep, I'll get the Dremel. Oh, remind me, not now, but I need to talk to you about them door hinges as well. Because I've had an idea. Dremels are brilliant, but I tell you what, they are the second worst sounding tool.
Yeah, that vibrating saw. Yeah.
That oscillating saw is by far the worst sounding thing in the world ever. That and metal on glass. The sound of metal scraping along glass just goes through me. Yeah, we don't need like 90% of that, do we?
No, we made these body attachment door seal.
Well, they were
strips.
part of this panel to begin with, the original version of that.
Yeah.
So these are one of the oldest panels on the car, along with the inner sills and the sill panels in general.
Yeah. So we can still use them, but we need to chop them down massively.
Do you want to put body on, and then we can see where things need to be, because they also are an attachment point here to the pillar.
Yeah. Well,
in fact, the other day, right, periodically over the course of our history with the channel, I've taken screenshots of how many subscribers we've had when it's been a milestone. And I had one of those memory things that you got on your phone where it's like, oh, in 2022, you were here, you know. And we had, in 2022, we had 3,000 subscribers. And I was like, we've made it! And if this is your first Mosquito video, hi, welcome. The body will be structural. It is technically a structural part of the chassis. It's a tubular semi-monocoque. And so, yeah, it needs to bolt in as many places as possible, because it's not stiff enough.
yeah, unlike the original car only bolted in like a couple of places, which didn't make the best use of the fiberglass as a part of the chassis. But
it is described, though, in the original literature as a semi-monocoque. And so that we're keeping, that aspect. The body was. Everything else is us. The body's from a GTM, which is a little British sports car. Like I say, if you're new here.
But we will be completely remaking the body.
Yeah, we're making a new body that is better, stronger, slippier, lighter, sexier.
Yeah, you think when you put this piece on, with the body on, it makes sense, but with the body off, it doesn't.
Yeah. We can cut most of this away.
Yeah.
Which will make fitting loads easier, because then the problem is now we're butting up against the thickness of this.
Yeah. Yeah, if we're going directly off the tube, so.
Yeah. And so if we take 20mm off this to begin with, up to here, I reckon.
Yeah.
Because we want to pull that bit out, don't we?
Yeah. Get a rule and a pencil.
I'm on it.
Yeah, if we cut 20mm off, you're right. And keep the height.
Those are two of the greatest words that a father can ever say to a son.
What?
You're right.
If I hold this, can you draw a line? Right. We'll do one side at a time and then. Yeah, because we can't rely on the body being the same on both sides.
And if you're thinking to yourself, the body not being right on both sides, the reason why this is cut is because the body was like this much longer on one side than it was on the other. All things are possible with this body because it's made of multiple bodies. Like I said, if you're new here, or we've been going that long that you just forgot.
So yeah, we'll go in, look, once we cut it down.
And what's it need to be? The flange size 10mm?
No, a bit bigger than that, no, because it's on a door seal.
Yeah, do it's the same as this, innit?
16mm.
The heat.
So 16, 17mm. It's so if we get the same on this,
yeah,
we can then fit it in. We can tap all this back together. We can weld it round, seal it all completely.
Yep.
And we won't get any water ingress in there. We can dress this back up.
And do you want to keep? Well, this has to be 16mm, then, doesn't it?
It has to be this big.
You what? Yeah, because it's all the same, yeah.
Yeah. So
because these might be massive. There might have been a lot of clearance in these.
Yeah. These are 20. This doesn't matter though for now.
No, they're not staying as they are.
They're not staying as they are, so we can we're completely obviously we're making a new body. All this will be brand new.
It's all different thicknesses away from where it is.
Yeah.
I think here it's the same, but at the back it's not at all.
It's not a massive amount, but it is. So it goes thicker as it goes down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 22 there, 23. Let's move it on back a minute. I can see that. Do you want to just drum around this here?
We need to take some of this off, I think. In here.
Yeah.
It's that that's holding us back, it's the contour, isn't it?
Yeah.
And of course these are really important to get right because there is nothing quite as horrible as driving a car with a wet leg because your door seal leaks.
That's our gap almost gone. I dare say I can weld that up now. Yeah, so these jobs are like kind of fiddly and pretty time consuming. But it's like I say, like we said earlier, it's super important that we get it right.
So unfortunately, unlike that side here, Dad's welded it right in the end. So I'm gonna, first job is to Dremel that weld out, and then we can peel the two skins apart and get our piece in. And because we cut the other side out, it's totally different to this side. And someone's chopped the bottom of where the door seal mounts off on this side that didn't us. We didn't do that bit. So it's completely different. So yeah, Dad were right. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's at this point of the video, I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of our Patreon supporters and our qualifying slicks, and slicks get a shout out mid-video, and the qualifying slicks get their name on the finished car. And those people are Derek Green and Steve Schriefer. And our slicks, Alex Bottomley, Jamie Dowden, Neil Fuller, David Flaherty, Old Goat, Robert Millwood, Logan Pillsbury, Rob Podmore, Liam Quinn, Darryl Rowe, Tim Ritchie, Mike Sacchi, Joe Shipley and Andy Wood. If you're interested in joining our Patreon, check out the link in the description, or you can join YouTube memberships by clicking the join button.
Yes, thank you guys, we really appreciate it. Thanks you all, Frank, thank you for all your support.
Thank you. So, we've got our flanges in this side.
Yep.
Do you want to do around the top of the door, or do you want to do kind of...
What I think we need to do is do this part here.
Like the door slam area?
The door slam area. Yeah, so from the bottom of the cage, where the cage runs down here, to there. On our chassis it's 744, it's exactly the same. It's just the bodywork we're twisted. So if we can come off, use that as our datum, that edge, where the cage runs down here.
Yep.
Use that as our datum on both sides, and we can come up at this angle. We can put our striker plates in.
Yeah, they'll be up here. They should be about there.
Yeah.
If you notice, I'm holding myself a bit weird. I've just ducked under a doorway and pulled my back. I'd like to say I did it on our second channel where Dad's been building a wall and I've been lifting big heavy stones up onto a wall with him. But no, I ducked under a doorway. I remember when I was a kid and you did the wall outside the house in my childhood home, and you were lifting these massive stones up and everything, and then like 2 weeks later you pulled your back change in a Hoover bag.
Yeah,
you were broken.
Hoover bag. I was absolutely broken. In fact, I couldn't move for 2 hours.
And I've done exactly the same thing. I've ducked under a Hoover bag and like pulled between my shoulders. So if you watch
ducked under a Hoover bag?
Ducked under a doorway. Because I are tall. So if you see me and I'm like, oh, that's why. If I'm moving a bit weird. It's the dumbest problem. Yeah, if we run an angle up from there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cut this out.
Cut that back out there. And then, in fact, if we could run one from there, there's a gap in there.
Yeah, it would run up to Yar or somewhere. Unless we put a kink in it.
Yeah, unless we do run it up there, put a kink in that way.
Well, we can triangulate it across. That was going to be my suggestion. To run it up, yeah, and then triangulate it across that way from that point. Because obviously that's where your door striker is, so it can't be on the door striker, but just adjacent to the door striker. And then any force as you shut the door, if you shut the door a bit hard, it's got that.
Yeah, and we need to be able to get in there, so we can either weld captives on the back to put our door catches on, or get in behind so we can get a spanner on it.
Well, you can get in from the firewall. Got you.
Yeah.
So the post has just been.
Yay!
And we didn't think it'd get here actually because there's been strikes, but I think we have a care package from Torx UK. If this isn't a care package from Torx UK, it's going to be funny on video. Yep. Thank you, Alex.
Yes, thank you, Alex, from Torx UK.
I like that. Torx UK.
Yeah.
We forgot to order this line. This is the one that we forgot to order. This is to finish off the pedal box and the plumbing for the master cylinders. And our brake lines.
Oh, look at those lovely AN fittings. So
and fittings.
Yep. So these are for the low pressure side that come from the brake reservoir to the master cylinders. This is the
line that runs up to
line, which is lovely. It's stainless steel with a PVC coating. That's nice.
And stainless steel.
Yep. So these are the rest of the fittings that go to the brake calipers, and everything comes included. Alex sends everything included. The copper washers with the fittings. That's superb. And these are the little 20-degree.
Yeah, I've just got one out.
Yeah, they're little 20-degree bends that for the rear brake calipers, because the Honda ones have a little catch on the caliper, so these screw on, and the little catch stops them being twisted and accidentally being pulled undone. Yes, superb. So thank you, Alex, from Torx UK. Superb.
And drop packets. Yeah, all the high pressure side is all black holes and stainless steel fittings, and all of our low pressure side is all black fittings and stainless steel holes. It's super cool, isn't it?
Yep, and it's supplied all the stainless steel fittings that go on the outside of the car to the brake calipers and everything else are all stainless. Anything that can catch the weather.
Yeah, and for legal reasons, I have to tell you that it's not a paid promotion. This is not a paid sponsorship. This is not an advertisement in any way. Alex just reached out and said he enjoys watching the videos with his son. I wish I knew Alex's son's name. Hello, Alex's son. Your dad's a legend. Sorry, I don't know your name. And he basically said, I just want to support you and show some love. And he wasn't even bothered about us getting a shout out. He said that he's grown his company on word of mouth, and kind of that he's super proud of that, and the community that's built up around him. And actually, a bunch of the GTM lads from the GTM group on Facebook reached out to me when we got our first round of Torx parts, and they all said to me that they use Torx parts on their car as well, and they said that they've had an amazing experience as far as like customer service,
and speed of getting parts. And I know if you spend in the UK, if you spend more than a certain amount, you usually get free post as well, which is an added bonus.
I don't know the
ins and outs of
that. But obviously, not being in the UK and stuff, it depends where you live and all that jazz. But yeah, check them out. I'll leave a link in the description down by my social media and all that. And thank you, Alex from Torx UK.
Yes, thanks, Alex. So I'm just going to check now that I've personally ordered the right things in.
Look, it was me that looked up thread pitch on Mazda bits. Mazda bits and Honda bits are the same as to my reading, so we should be okay.
So this is the old brake line, flexi, couple washer. If you didn't know, these banjo fittings come in all different lengths and sizes, and if you're using a Japanese car, you need a 10mm, 1mm pitch. If you're using an older car, they're normally 3/8 UNF. So when you order your parts, make sure you get the right thread for your particular car. And there we have it. That's our new stainless steel banjo fitting. And obviously we can now make the brake lines the correct length, and we can also fasten them to the wishbone, but we'll do that in another episode. But for now, because we've because all these things have just arrived, just wanted to check that I'd ordered the right parts, and I have. And obviously once the brake caliper's all painted and the stainless steel fittings on, it'll look a treat.
Have you got enough of them little caps, little plastic caps for the calipers? I've got another one here.
I've got one, so I might need another.
Right, yeah.
And because I've removed the original brake pipe, I'm going to just make sure, a little rubber bung. I just put a bung in the caliper just to to stop any muck getting in there. And that just seals your caliper. Stops any, obviously we're doing lots of grinding and lots of body work in here. So the little caps are really worth the weight in gold, just to keep everything clean and tidy. Because the last thing you want is a load of dirt, dust and grinding debris to go in your brake caliper.
None of our door catches or strikers yet, and so we're going to just create an approximate mount, aren't we? That we can then build off when the time's right and get the shape and alignment just right.
Yeah, it's quite narrow there.
Why don't we make them 45 to 65?
No, because there won't be enough in middle.
There's nothing in middle. There's nothing there. Your door catches up here.
Yeah, 65 then.
Yeah.
Just check it's the same at the other side. No. The angle's different on this side to the other.
The angle?
Yeah.
What, the door angle?
No, our tubing's right, but the fiberglass is wrong. Good difference.
So yet another difference between. Hang on a minute. Yeah, that's a red bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, yet another difference between the older GTMs and the newer GTMs, which, if you don't know, that quarter is made from an older GTM. This quarter is made from a newer GTM. The door shut angle is different. Very different. You couldn't make this up.
Yeah, it's about 5mm different. Even pulling it into a better condition.
Which might pull that one different on that side.
What I think we should do is get best condition we can, so we get them both as
close as we can, and then we'll fix it after.
Yeah, about 4mm out there. Yeah, we're just going to have to split difference. The thing we need to do is take body off and cut all this out.
Okay. So we're going over, we're just coming back here.
Just come back here.
Yeah, good reinforcement even. Yeah, they are drastically different cars, this side to this side. One of the difficulties of building a car like this with this method of construction, which is like a semi-monocoque, is that it all kind of needs to come along together. It would have been really nice for us to build a body jig and a chassis table, and then kind of, when it was too cold to do fiberglass or carbon fiber or whatever, then do some chassis and backwards and forwards. But it doesn't work out like that. That's for your like second one when you've got it all figured out. But we're not doing a second one, so this is it. It's difficult to figure out your order of operations, isn't it?
Yep.
And when we were doing the windscreen frame, we realised that we need to get these A-pillars sorted, these B-pillar whatever sorted, door shuts, and then we can do this afterwards. Because one of the differences between Mosquito and a normal GTM is we're actually reclining the windscreen slightly to give us better aerodynamics. Because one of the issues that I discovered in my studies, if I can find my little Allen key, one of the issues I found in my studies is that the air will travel over the car, hit the windscreen seal, which we've now got rid of because we've got a bonded in windscreen frame mould upstairs, then hit this forehead and then start tumbling. And then by the time it reaches here, it'll completely detach and create a load of lift over the back of the car, which isn't a huge deal in a GTM that never goes over 120 mile an hour. I mean, in high speed stuff it would, but I don't think a mini engine GTM's holding 120 mile an hour for long. Whereas Mozzie can. That generates a problem, and we're trying to head the problems off before we have them. And so yeah, we reclined our windscreen frame back, then we're gonna remove this forehead when we redo the roof. We're gonna get rid of the rain gutters. We're gonna slim this corner down, this, and a lot of this down. And make it match the profile of the rear more, and then that reduces our frontal area, which but you're not just reducing frontal area, you're reducing frontal area of the roof. And in fact we talked about this on Patreon this week.
Yeah.
As air moves over a curved surface of a roof, it speeds up any roof, any car, right? Which is exactly like the top section of an aeroplane wing. If you look at an aerofoil and you've got a curve like, if you get rid of the bottom of an aeroplane wing and you just look at this top section where you've got this curve like this, right, and that runs back, as the air runs over the top, it speeds up, right? As it speeds up, it stretches out and becomes an area of low pressure, and that generates lift because of the Bernoulli effect, which we talked about when we did our radiator duct. All roofs on all cars generate lift. Also, the front of your bonnet, you know, where people put a duct to suck out air from a radiator, like in a bonnet duct, that generates lift as well. So you generate lift at the front of your nose where the air rushes over the top, and you generate lift usually about here where the air rushes over the roof. And so that's why when you look at like a Le Mans car, like an LMP car, they usually have a very round canopy, because that gets, canopy being this bit, right? Because that reduces that area of lift massively by radiusing off the sides. We can't radius off the sides because we've got two proper seats and all that jazz, but what we can do is get rid of this unnecessary corners and all that, and it's already very curved, which is great. There's a lot of really good things about the GTM shape. There's also other things, and we can mature it and progress it, and these were never a problem back in the day because nobody had 250 plus horsepower and the ability to use it. So yeah, we've got a lot to do with our body, but getting it stable is the first step in that. Yeah, because it needs to come inboard, doesn't it?
Yeah.
65 mil to there, and then from there it goes in.
It comes back inboard again, yeah.
Yeah.
Like a coffin shape.
Kinda, yeah.
400 mil.
Yeah, you kind of need a parallelogram on top, don't you?
Yeah, and then back in again.
Yeah. I'm just going to go get a picture of the Mozzie drawing, Dad, so we can check that nothing is in this area. Here.
Yeah.
2 of them.
Put it flat. Oops.
That were good hammer.
Yeah.
Oh, we finally watched that Formula 1 film. You've already seen it, haven't you?
Yeah.
Brad Pitt's Formula 1.
Mm-hmm.
It were alright.
Yeah.
It were no worse than Driven with Sylvester Stallone.
No.
But Grand Prix is still the best film about Formula 1. In fact, there isn't a single race just here, in all of the new Brad Pitt Formula 1 film that is better than the start of Grand Prix.
Oh, keep going. Just imagine what we could make if we had some proper tools.
What's that one that's James Hunt versus Niki Lauda? What's that one called?
That's a better film.
That's not bad. That's better than Brad Pitt's Formula 1 as well. That's all right.
Yeah.
Ford versus Ferrari.
No, Ford versus Ferrari is not. Ford versus Ferrari is okay, but it doesn't do hardly any of them justice. Least of all, Lola, who actually built the car. In fact, when you really think about it, Ken Miles and
Lola.
Ken Miles and Shelby and all that, their development to the GT40 is basically what we're doing to this.
Yeah.
Because that GT40 Mark 1 were a bit ropey.
But ours isn't.
No, but GTM were. Yeah, it's kind of the same thing. It had promise, but
Need to swap these round.
much promise but flawed, yeah?
Yeah, because we've made the top of the sill on a slight angle so it doesn't collect water. Obviously, when water runs in through down by the side of the door, and the door seals are here, we don't want water to collect in this area. So we've made a slight angle. So now we need to cut this the same so we can match it up and lower it down slightly.
There's a body in the way.
Yeah, a big chunk of bodywork in here.
When you hold it like that, you can just, when you actually hold the body to properly, you can just see how our chassis flares out, look. Can you see this? That is the beginning of the wheel arches. And you can just see how much wider the door area is, because you'll see that where Dad's holding it, like, it lines up perfectly, but then the body tapers in. And it's that fish shape that we've talked about, where the widest car part of a GTM is actually the doors, and not the wheel arches at all. It's a funny shape.
It's an odd shape.
It's a funny shaped car, but it's uniquely able to do with it what we want to do with it.
And yet it still remains, it still looks good.
Yeah, it still looks good.
As a standard car. It's only when you put bigger wheels on it, all kind of falls apart.
Yeah. There's a lot of oddity about a GTM, but it is cool.
So, where's door locks going?
Around here.
We can't do
We don't. Yes, we can. We can't say exactly, can we?
So,
And they'll have to be canted, won't they? Because we've got what's it doors? Butterfly doors. So they're on a 45-degree angle, hence using the radius of the door to mount our door lock in. Yeah?
yeah, so
it's somewhere around that place. As long as we've got somewhere to put a bracket to mount a striker plate to, that's fine. Because you want your striker plate, you need your striker plate to be adjustable, don't you?
So 90mm from top, we don't have anything.
Yeah. There's nothing around here at all.
I can dimple dial this now.
Yep.
So keep that 90.
Yep.
And from there down.
Yep. Because we're going for butterfly doors, our striker will have to be angled, and so we don't know the exact orientation yet, and so we've left wiggle room. But there's nothing to say that we won't be able to like drill a hole where because let's face it, a door striker plate's what, 3mm thick?
Yeah.
Nothing to say we won't be able to drill a hole behind it and put a dimple die.
Yeah.
When the time comes.
Yeah. And because we've already got we'll have the fiberglass body, so we've got the fiberglass body and it's a thin backing plate just to hold the body in place so we get our door shut lines really well, because the original car didn't have anything behind this. It was just the 2 8mm bolts through there, and basically you could go like that with the bodywork. Obviously 160 mile an hour car, you don't want the bodywork to be going like that. Jolly good. If we make a piece of channel, same.
Yep.
We can cant it on an angle.
Yep.
Radius it off.
Yep. Two folds. Radius.
Yep.
Dimple down top.
Yep.
Yep, no. Come on. There you go. Oh. Well, that's a neat little bit of kit, that.
It is. It's worked out quite well. It's super stiff, and obviously it'll support the body in a much better way. And we've also got a place here, or when we put our new body on, we can put our door lock in its new position rather than being.
And it'll have a really reliable catch.
Yeah.
Which is really obviously super important for safety and also for kind of door feel, because it's nice to have a nice clunk when you shut your door. You know, your last thing you want, always my door shut or is my door not shut because it's on a flexi bit of fiberglass, you know what I mean?
Yep. So yeah, it's worked out quite well. All right, we keep adding steel, but it's as light as humanly possible.
There's not much to it, and it's worth it for the safety.
Yeah.
You don't want your door coming open in an accident. We've said this before.
Yep.
And obviously we didn't get quite as much done as we'd have liked to have done. Like this side isn't welded in, and we haven't put in our triangulation pieces.
Nope.
But we're a bit hampered. I'm a bit hampered because of my neck, and Dad's a bit hampered because he's working with me. So, so that's all we've got time for this week. I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of you who've watched this episode and who've enjoying the build and sharing these videos and stuff. A huge thank you to all of our Patreon members for supporting this channel, and a huge thank you to Alex at Talks UK. Yeah. If you'd like to tell us what you think, let us know down in the comments below.
Leave us a comment, leave us a thumbs up, and if there's a hype button, give us a hype.
Yeah, it helps little channels. It helps a little channel like ours massively, especially if you've seen what's happening with the algorithm lately and all that drama on YouTube. Like, your support means the world to us. So thank you so much for watching. Please be awesome to each other, and we'll see you all in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.